So we talked about reading your baby's cues with, inviting them to come to you and listening to their cues, whether they're hungry or they're full. And also with stimulation, it's the same thing. So babies need to be stimulated to learn. You can't just be in a dark room with no toys or whatever all day. Obviously, you know that. But it's not even like the toys don't even matter at all. Actually, if you don't have any toys, like you're the greatest influence on your baby and you're like their main toy basically. Your interaction with your baby is the most important thing, and it doesn't have to be like a fancy game. You don't have to worry about like, it has to be something super amazing or anything. It's little interactions of, your baby makes a noise, you make a noise back. Your baby smiles, you smile. You read their cues. You have a back and forth, like a conversation, the way you would with an adult, but on their level. You can stick out your tongue, and lots of times, like, babies like to copy that. Even like newborn babies know how to stick out their tongue already. And you can sing songs. You can play little peekaboo games. And it'll be really interesting for them just to watch your face and see you interact with them and see your joy about them. And the other thing to keep in mind is, again, to read their cues. If they look away, doesn't mean they don't like you or anything. It means they need a little break and they'll come back. And that's normal. Every baby does it. They'll look at you for a while and interact, and then they'll look away. So take a little break. Don't push them or get in their face again or whatever. Just give them that little break. They need it. Otherwise, they'll get overstimulated and might start crying. So, and then, when they're ready, try again. And, and it can be super repetitive. They love that because everything is new for them. So, whatever you do is interesting because the world is such a new place. And, again, like we talked about with family members, if they want to interact, just watch that they're being respectful with your baby. If, let's say, they're playing a little tickle game, like little tickles, gentle ones, that's okay. Big tickles, that can be too much for the baby or for older kids or anybody for that matter. And then you notice the baby needs a break. If the person that is playing with the baby doesn't read the cues, don't feel bad to swoop in and say, oh, I think he or she is getting tired now. I'm just going to pick her up. Or I think she's hungry now. You can make up an excuse or whatever you need to do. But you can help out your baby. You're your baby's advocate. I mean, your baby can't speak up for himself. So whatever you need to do, be brave. You're going to have to do it lots as they grow up, with relatives, with teachers, with friends. Like, they'll need your help and support. And I know often we want to be polite, but you don't want to offend the other person. But, that's your role now as a mom, to look out for your baby. And like I said, you can be honest and say, oh, I think baby has had enough now. Baby needs a little break. I can see her looking away, and that can be a teaching moment for whoever is playing with your baby. Or you can just say, I'm going to take her over here now and do, whatever, change her or whatever. Okay.